Welcome to the digital journey of a successful restaurant, episode 2. Just to recap, in our first episode, we delved into and analyzed the digital presence of a restaurant. In today's episode, we will examine the next stage in the digital marketing journey, which is maximizing a restaurant's reach. The concept of reach is used regularly in the advertising world. In the digital advertising world, it is quantified by the impressions, the number of impressions an ad unit is exposed to. For example, a banner ad or a paid search ad, how many people saw those ads? We will use the term reach to quantify the number of times a restaurant's brand or a message is shown to online customers and prospects in its market. Here are the 3 important questions that we will answer in this episode. First, what are the key marketing channels that can help a restaurant reach the people in its market? And let's assume that a restaurant is in a market of 10,000 diners. So how many diners can a restaurant reach, and what channels, email or social or search should it use? Second key question is, what should be a restaurant's target reach? So if there are 10,000 diners in its market, how many of those diners should a restaurant plan to reach using these channels? And finally, how does a restaurant go about maximizing its reach at the restaurant? Hello, this is Anurag, co-founder of Platr. And to answer these questions, I am joined by Peter, my co-founder, and Elena, who leads marketing automation and AI integration at Platr. So, Peter, welcome. If you can kick us off and speak about what channel would you pick as number one, and then tell us a little bit more about that channel's dynamics and how a restaurant can go about maximizing its reach.
Sure. Hi, Anurag. Welcome to do that. Hi, Elena. How are you both?
Doing very
So
well.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Anurag.
good. So, hey, for me, I think the number one thing to look at when we're talking about reach into a market is local search. Well, let me tell you why I think that's so important, right? So, if you take a given market we'll use this market that Anurag talked about of 10,000 diners around your restaurant. 61% of all those diners are either ordering out or eating in at a restaurant on any given month. Of course, depending on the demographics of the market, those numbers skew up as the incomes go up, right? 80% of all those diners do a search before they order or participate and go to a restaurant. That's a big number out of this 10,000. Now, the searches that they look at most commonly aren't your restaurant by name. Most commonly, the searches that they're doing are restaurants near me, or as an example, restaurants with a specific cuisine type. So Italian restaurants near me, pizza near me, Mexican food near me, so on and so forth, right? So if you take those numbers, then you've got around half of the entire audience around your restaurant, 61%, and the 80% takes you to round figures 4,800, let's call it 5,000 diners in that area, are searching on any given month. And you need to be sure that you're positioned properly in those searches to be showing up when the consumer does those searches. Now, why do I say the position is important? Here's why. Of those searches, right, if your restaurant shows up in a generic search like restaurants near me or Italian restaurants near me, and they're in the top 3 listings, then they're going to get around 80% viewership. If they're only in the top 10 listings, that viewership drops to about 50%. If they're only in the top 10 to 20 ranking, that viewership drops to 15%. And the numbers, of course, trend down as you go deeper than that. So imagine, why do they trend down so quickly? Imagine if you did a search, your restaurant showed up 25th on an organic search. Not very many consumers are going to thumb across their mobile device or scale below on their desktop device to find the restaurant that's in 25th place. Now, what I'd like to see is our restaurants targeting about a total of 25% or 2,500 of those consumers are going to be reached with accurate search listings in any given month, right? So what are the considerations for making your search listings show up, getting yourself into the top? Well, when consumers are looking for a search, they're looking not only on Google, but they're looking into TripAdvisor and Yelp. They're looking at various delivery apps and the like. And we want to make sure that your restaurant is and can be found in all of those and found first and foremost instead of secondarily or tertiarily, right? So what's most important, I believe, first is just list optimization and accuracy. Is your restaurant in all of the 50 or 60 top search and directory and categorization sites that are restaurant centric? Is it listed accurately and consistently across every single one of them? Are you, if you can't get there quickly, one way to move up the ladder a little bit faster is to buy search in Google as an example or on Bing. Now, to get yourself there organically is going to take weeks and sometimes months to move your searchability up for your restaurant. Long story short, we want you to be able to be found and be found first and foremost, not last, on searches that are done in a local market. And by doing so, you can get to about 25% of your market accurately every month.
Peter, that's very significant. I'm positive for a restaurant to reach 25% of its market would make a huge difference to not only people finding out about it, but also coming to the restaurant, right?
Sure,
So,
no doubt about it.
excellent. Elena, let's pick your number one. What channel other than search would you pick next?
So thank you, Anurag, and once again, hello both. Based on numbers, I'm gonna say that email is a very powerful and great channel to reach customers because over 90% of people has email. So to reach all of your customers, um, over 90%, it's a lot, right? So out of those potential customers, I mean, no, or potential reach, you should target at least 50% of your diners as a number to maybe get their emails. And if you get that to that number and you are able to send them an average of 4 emails per month, that will give you a really big reach. Um, well,
You've helped a
we,
lot of our customers, right? A lot of our customers
yes.
in their marketing automation. Do they have 50% of their market's email address? My guess is not, right?
No, no, really. When we start with our restaurants, they really have email lists that are less than 1,000 customers initially. So there, we help them to increase that list and to really focus um, on loyalty programs, opt-in programs, to or even to go through list acquisition if it's needed after following all the other methods, because we really need to maximize those lists. And well, we also help them with accurate and clean list, and also with the proper methods and best practices for emails, because on average, and that's something we can also mention, the average open rate of an email is uh, in between 25-30% open rate. If there is no promotions, it's a little bit higher. If there are promotions or offers inside the emails and with the proper subject lines for attraction, we usually see over 55% of open rate in Platr, for example. So we really try to maximize that open rate, because
Ah,
that's really the reach number we or the reachability we want to get with emails.
Elena, you're saying we get a 25% bump when we work with our customers above the market average. Market average open rate is 25 or 30%, and Platter customers, because of subject line optimization or the right positioning or placement of
Mm-hmm.
promos, we can bump it up to 55% open rate. Is that
Yes,
is,
it
wow,
depends on the type of emails. Of course, we
sure.
need to work with restaurant owners because the right promotion, the right timing, it's really important also on the emails.
Right.
But yeah.
Wow. And needless to say that one channel is never enough, right? For a restaurant to actually stimulate interest, be top of mind, then come dine at the restaurant or order online, there has to be a multi-channel strategy. So these top two channels, search and email, seem to be pretty powerful. Elena, so in a
Mhm.
10,000 diner market, how many diners in a month should a restaurant target to reach? Do we have a benchmark number that you use internally?
Yeah, we usually say that at least one third, that it's around 35. If we take your example of 10,000, I'm going to say 3,500 of customers at least is the minimum reach
Got
target. As I mentioned before, I'm going to say that 4 emails per month is a good um, average or frequency. And of course, this really needs to be combined with some other strategies and channels. But with emails, we really want to be present weekly on people inboxes.
Got it. Peter, we've talked about this. Restaurants don't really have a lot of mobile numbers, but that's a pretty powerful channel. What are your thoughts on SMS as a marketing method and how a restaurant should go about their SMS strategy?
Well, I think, personally, I think that SMS is maybe one of the most powerful methods for a restaurant to attract consumers. The issue with SMS, of course, is it's hard to get the numbers, right? So if you go back and you take a look generally at SMS, something like around 75% of all the consumers in a market use SMS, right? So it's highly used, right?
Right.
Um, of of those consumers, though, it's hard to get them to opt in. Remember, I mentioned with Elena that perhaps with email we could go out and buy lists for our restaurants. Can't buy lists for SMS. You have to earn your way to them, right? So there's various and sundry methods that we can help you with the Platr that help you get more SMS messages in. Uh, you can get SMSs from your online ordering. You can get SMS from Table Res. You can get SMS from various delivery apps and whatnot, right? So it's important to be able to go out and get them. You have to have a good not accuracy, a good privacy statement on your site, which at Platr we can help you with that too. But back to it, really nothing. I say this tongue in cheek, but nothing puts butts in seats like SMS messaging does for restaurants, right?
Really?
Open rates are crazy high. The only thing I would say about that is I like to recommend that our restaurants only use SMS messages for their very best promotions. Reason for that is it's hard to earn the opt-in phone number from the restaurant diner. Once you get it, if you start using the SMS for reminders only, or hey, our hours are changing, easy for the consumer to opt out and not keep your number. If, however, you use it for your very best promotions, happy hours kicking off, moms eat free on Mother's Day, those sorts of promotions, nothing works like SMS. So the trick isn't to get the consumer to respond with SMS. The trick is how do we get various and sundry programs that get the consumer to opt their phone number in so that the restaurant can get access to them. Once the restaurant can get access to them, we need to deliver for the restaurant the very best promotions possible, do them relatively infrequently compared to search or email. I recommend maybe once a month, and again, only for the very best promotions. And as I said, nothing puts butts in seats for a restaurant like SMS marketing with promotion.
Wow, great insights, Peter. So if you are doing a 20% discount for Mother's Day or something, do that. But if you just want to wish them happy Mother's Day, not a great idea for
Oh,
SMS.
Happy Mother's Day is great for email. It's great for social marketing. Uh, Fine, right? For SMS, it's got to be Happy Mother's Day and Moms Eat Free, or Happy Mother's Day, 20% off of Mother's Day meals. One of the things that, because Mother's Day falls in May, so many restaurants open their outdoor seating on or about at Mother's Day. So if you want to announce that the deck is and outdoor dining is going to be open beginning Mother's Day, great for social, great for email, not so great for SMS. If moms are going to get 25% off on Mother's Day and the deck's opening, that's the place for the SMS message that month.
Great stuff. Elena, let's not forget social. What
Yep.
would you tell our listeners about maximizing their reach, or how to think about their reach using the social channels, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, maybe even Twitter?
So social is a great channel as well. We need to realize that, for example, around a little bit lower than 70%, but almost 70% of people are on Facebook. Overall, we may try to get 20% of our, and I'm going back to this 10,000 population example that you were setting up before, Anurag. In that example, we may want to reach an average of 20% as a minimum reach for restaurants on social media. And that could be a good number of combined users in between Facebook, that maybe is the most powerful of all the ones I've mentioned overall, and then Instagram, TikTok, X, and some others, right? Well, if we get this, and I'm going to put an example on Facebook, if we want to do several posts per month on this mean, we can do reels well in all of them. We can do reels, we can do videos, that is, or we can do single post. A video or a reel is very powerful because we can get a really nice, like around 40% of views of reach. And then on single image is a little bit lower, maybe 1/4 of that, like 10%. But if we do post, like I'm going to say from 8 to 12 posts per month, and combine, right, between reels and single images, we will get to this minimum reach target of 20% of all our audience. Well, some considerations is we can have with this is, as I mentioned initially, this is highly trackable, so we can really analyze and optimize all our social media reach and content. And but if we want to maximize this, we can of course use some of the paid methods like boosting or ads, and all these social media platforms, all of them, they have their ad sections, and we will be able to create and optimize all these ads. And we work with our customers to get or to maximize their reach on social media.
Okay, there you have it, guys. Great insights from Peter and Elena on how to maximize your restaurant's reach using search, email, social, and even SMS. Of course, we at Platr will be thrilled to help you maximize your restaurant's reach, so you can be the top of mind for your customers and prospects. Look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Elena, for a wonderful discussion.
Thanks. It was fun to be
Thank
with
you.
you.